Greetings, Legionus. Arendelft here. So, first off, I want to give a huge shout out to Mark Sparks because Death of Hope looks amazing, sounds amazing, is amazing. And just moving on from that point, he has just barely come out with Death of Hope, developer talks to moving forward. And I just listened to it, and there honestly was a lot there to listen to, understand, see and hear, and all that. And I'll get to that in a moment. But one thing I just want to quickly address with everyone is just please understand the fact that he is working with a minimal crew. He is working with minimal everything. He is just working at the slimmest of just everything. And quite literally, to work on a project like this, to build it from the ground up, is life-consuming. No, not time-consuming. It is life-consuming. He is working a full-time job, coming home, and then working on this project, which, by the way, when it began, not only did it start from nothing, did it start from absolutely nothing, but he had to build it from the ground up. He didn't get to make shortcuts. He didn't get to be like, oh, someone's developed so-and-so from, from this point on or whatever. I mean, he has literally built everything from the ground up. Everything that you see here that he's working on, he did it himself. And what's more is when he first started, he didn't know anything. I at first thought he had one other person working on this project with him when it came to animation. No, he's working on the animation part of this by himself and started figuring it out by himself to begin with. This is above and beyond impressive. And when it comes to, he does have other people for other parts of it, like when it comes to the sound and whatnot, he does actually have other people, but only one person per big part of the project, and they've each got their own lives, stuff going on for them, jobs and whatnot. AKA, this is not a heavily funded project. This is literally him just doing everything he can to do something that he's just very passionate about. And so, just, it blows my mind that he has come this far in and of itself. Because if you can think about that, literally coming home and just immediately getting started on something like this, not doing any of the things to really relax very much or wind down, just getting started on this because it's what you do every day. A project like this is huge. And normally, under other circumstances, he'd be getting, if this was a funded project, he'd be getting seriously paid for this and wouldn't have to be having another job on the side to do this. Now, what I want to go ahead and do right here is, I don't even know that much about animation, but every single little file that you see here was in correlations, the one that he currently has his cursor over there that's highlighted. And then you can see one of the little skeletal fingers there. That's inside the gauntlets. Because that, the teal colored one that you see right there on the hand is essentially, the skeletal figure inside the model. He had to build every single strand of that himself. There wasn't any pre-made template that he could go and just do. The sheer amount of dedication that goes into this is just mind-blowing. In any case, moving on from that, he talks about pretty much everything I've just covered and all of that, but if you listen to his voice when you're watching this video, you can feel how burnt out this guy is and how, pushed he is and whatnot. And yeah, the number one complaint is he's been you know, the sound quality and the dialogue and all that. Well, another thing to know is that in the video that I reviewed earlier, that video was just a trailer. And yeah, it was just action-packed. There wasn't any real dialogue. There wasn't any real conversations or anything like that. And that, you know, action isn't all that 40K is. He knows that. We know that. And he did cover the fact that there is going to be more. This short movie that he is making is not just going to be action. There's going to be more to it than that. It is going to be, you know, a throwback to everything that the universe that we love is. And what's more is it's going to be 30K oriented, because this is Warhammer 30K. And I will let you watch the video and get in all of that. There will be a link down in the description below. It's about 15 minutes long. I highly, highly recommend that you go and watch it. Seriously, it will be 100% worth your time. If you're interested in not only learning about this project and everything, but understanding the sheer amount of effort that goes, you know, into that, not to mention hearing this guy's voice and just hearing how tired he is. And by the way, everything that you're watching here, he's able to do because he has saved, you know, custom templates and things like that. He himself constructed. This isn't just shortcuts or whatnot that he was able to download. No, he's had to construct everything here from the ground up and then save the templates and everything so that he can then quickly go through and more easily in the future construct what you are seeing here. So, in any case, on my own experience, I've had a slightly similar project when it comes to map making and whatnot, in creating in missions in certain games. You have to build layer upon layer upon layer of triggers in these games, and it's similar to animation in that way, except I have no experience in animation. I assume animation is more complicated because you aren't just building these models, then you're making them move and interact with their environments, which you also had to make, and everything else. So I understand a fraction of what this guy is trying to do, but when you understand the full scope, it's like just mind-blowing. Also, if you are indeed interested in this project and whatnot, and also might be interested in contributing to it, he will be doing things like auditioning for voice acting relatively soon. In other words, if you didn't like the dialogue and you yourself think you might be a decent voice actor, that is something that in the future you may be able to actually participate in when he begins those auditions. In any case, please go through, watch this video yourself, support him, throw it a like, just everything you can to keep this project alive and going. He can use your help. Seriously so. And yeah, just down in the description below, please follow it. In any case, if you have any feedbacks, comments, anything like that, please leave it down in the comment section below. Love to hear from you, your thoughts and everything, just etc. In any case, y'all, don't get into too much trouble or do. It's always up to you. Toodles!